देयर एवरीवन। आज का लेट कोड प्रॉब्लम मीडियम मार्क्ड है 2812 मैक्सिमम सेफनेस फैक्टर मुझे निकालना है। ठीक है। सो इन दिस प्रॉब्लम देयर इज व्हाट गिवन इन दिस क्वेश्चन इज कंसिडर देयर इज अ टाउन लेआउट ओके in the array form. There is a town layout in array form, 2D array. Okay, in this town there are the criminals roaming here or there. Considering this case, you have to travel from top left to bottom right. This is your starting point and this is your destination. Okay, in between there are the criminals roaming here and there. Okay, at any point in this whole town. So आपको क्या करना है कि जनरली नॉर्मली क्या होता है, अगर कुछ है डेंजर ऐसा तो आप उससे क्या कोसों दूर रहते हो, राइट। आप उससे बहुत दूर रहते हो और आपको अगर कहीं जाना भी है तो आप ये कंसिडर करके चलते हो, आप मान के चलते हो कि यू हैव टू बी सेफ, आपको डेस्टिनी तक पूरा बढ़िया से सही से पहुंचना है। तो इसमें भी वही है प्रॉब्लम, राइट, कि आपको स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट से डेस्टिनी तक पहुंचना तो है लेकिन सेफली पहुंचना, कोशिश करना है कि आप मैक्सिमम उससे दूर ही रहो। ठीक है, जो भी आप पाथ कवर करो तो जो डेंजर है, जो क्रिमिनल है या जो भी है ना, उससे आप वो पाथ जो है उससे कोसों दूर रहे, आप तक पहुँचे ना वो डेंजर। ठीक है, तो इसमें वही है कि इसमें आपको वही निकालना है कि जो आपको पाथ कंसिडर करना है वो दूर रहे, उसको ही मैक्सिमाइज़ करना है, उस डेंजर के वैल्यू को है ना कम करना है, उसको कोसों दूर रहना उसे ना। तो देखते हैं जैसे कि इस प्रॉब्लम में कैसे है कि ज़ीरोज़ जितने हैं वो नॉर्मल है और 1 जो है वो दिखाता है कि क्रिमिनल के पोजीशन को दिखाता है। ठीक है, उसके बाद तो इसको सॉल्व करने का अप्रोच देखते हैं। ठीक है, तो अगर ये प्रॉब्लम आए मेरे सामने तो इसमें एक टर्मिनोलॉजी गिवन था, सेफ्टी फैक्टर। ठीक है, लेट्स कंसिडर दिस प्रॉब्लम ओनली, बाद में इस पे आते हैं। या फिर ठीक है, इसको मान लेते हैं 0 0 0 right, this is 1, this is again 0 0 0 0 0 and 0। ठीक है, तो सेफ्टी फैक्टर इज गिवन फ्रॉम 1 to infinite। the value which is 1, that means the criminal is near you, and if the value is as much as greater, then you are that much safe। okay, so the safety factor of this location is 1 because the criminal position is just beside this point, right। the safety factor of this one is, what is this, the safety factor is, this safety factor is 1, this safety factor is 2। ठीक है, you cannot take it as a diagonal, you can only move left, right, up and down। okay, so here again the safety factor is 2, the safety factor is 3, the safety factor is I guess 4। let's make another array। so the safety factor here will be 2, first the criminal is over here। okay, the safety factor of this will be 1, here will also be 1, let's consider it as -1। okay, the criminal is over here only, now here it will be 2, here it will be 3, here it will be 3, here it will be 4, here it will be 2. Okay, so this is all the safety factor. How I take it out? Just by adding 1 with each position. Okay, and again the diagonal is not possible, only you can move left, right, up and down. So here is that was the terminology safety factor given. Okay, so you have to take the path in such a way that you move from source to destination, and you have to find that path. Try to find that path which have maximum safety factor, and uh, also uh, you have to find maximum safety factor uh, of that whole path, right? Means you have to take that path which have maximum possible safety factor, right? So if you take this path, then what is the a safety factor, minimum safety factor? What is that? What is the minimum safety factor in this whole path? It is 1, right? And this factor, this minimum, only you have to increase, है ना? That's the question is talking about, right? The minimum safety factor in the whole path should be the maximum. Okay, and I'm going to give you a trick. Whenever there is a situation in any question, if it tells that minimize the maximum or maximize the minimum, है ना, तो there will be definitely going to be used binary search approach. Okay, so here also we are going to use binary search approach on answer. Okay, on answer. Okay, so what is our first priority? So considering this whole scenario, we will first find out the safety factor. Once we will get the safety factor, then what we will do, we will just once we will figure out the whole maximum possible, means we will first take it out whole safety factor of each element of the 2D vector. Then we will find out which is the maximum safety factor and minimum safety factor, and through that we will also, you have considered about the maze path, right? And also one thing, consider a scenario like this one, or maybe in this here only, कि suppose the array is like this. In this case, what can be the scenario? See, the one criminal is over here and the here only. So as you can see, so what can you do, right? It's difficult because there are 2 criminals. So here is the approach called multi source BFS. दिस अप्रोच ये क्या बोलता है कि आप एक साथ कई पॉइंट से आप BFS शुरू कर सकते हो, है ना? BFS क्या होता है? ब्रेड फर्स्ट सर्च, राइट? आप एक होता है DFS, है ना? आप टॉप से आप डाउन जाते हो, है ना? आप हाँ, आप डाउन जाते हो, पहले आप एक कवर करोगे, फिर आप उसके सारे पार्ट्स को कवर करोगे, फिर उसके सारे सब पार्ट्स को कवर करोगे, ये होता है DFS. BFS क्या होता है कि आप पहले इसको कवर करो, फिर उसके बाद आप उसके नेबरिंग को कवर करो, फिर ये क्या करेगा, ये अपने नेबरिंग को कवर करेगा, राइट? हमारा हाँ, यस ऑफ कोर्स. फिर ये क्या करेगा, ये पहले नेबरिंग को कवर करेगा. तो ये कुछ इस तरह होता है. जबकि DFS क्या होता है, सिंगल सोर्स से शुरू करेगा. ये ऐसे शुरू करेगा, ये फिर इस पे जाएगा, राइट? ये इस पे जाएगा, फिर ये इसके सारे एलिमेंट पे जाएगा, है ना? DFS क्या होता है, कि एक टॉप से जाता है, मतलब BFS और DFS ये होता है भाई ना, राइट. So here we will use BFS. Okay, multi-source BFS. Read about the article. If you don't know, search on YouTube. You will definitely get the solution. What is multi-source BFS and how to use it. So here is the best approach. Here, if you already know, then here is the best way. It's the best scenario where you can use the multi-source BFS, because considering these two criminals spot, I will just put these two location into the queue, and with efficient approach I can cover uh, and find out the safety factor easily, right? So let me show you how I can find it out. Okay, so what I will do, I will just put it into the queue. Okay, what is the location? Take this, let's take the small one wala. Okay, let's take small one. 0 0 1 0 0 0 and 1 0 0, right? So here it is, the array. Please don't mind my writing, it's poor. All right, now in this we will use BFS and find it out the safety factor of the whole array. All right, so in queue we will have a queue. The queue will store the indexes I comma j or row comma value, something like that. So what's the row comma value, row comma column of this coordinate? It's 0 comma 2, right? And what's the coordinate of this 2 comma 0, right? So we will make a condition while queue is not empty. We will take out the first one, 0 comma 2. We will pop it out. We will find out the nearest neighbors of this. So what it will become, it will be like okay, 1. So it will become I will make it 0 initially, because I will make it 0. Okay, I will make it 0. So let's make it 0 here, 0 here only. Then the next one will be 1, because the safety factor of this will be 1. The safety factor of this will be also 1 on, and also you already know we can move up, right, left and down. Okay, we cannot move diagonal. Okay, so and now wait a second, 0 1 2. 0 1 and 2. Here it was also the criminal. The criminal is here only, and one criminal is here only. Okay, so I have popped it, and I take it the neighbor one as 1. Now I will put this coordinate also in the queue only. You must be knowing how to use multi BFS, right? So I am considering it that you already know and you are aware of the multi-source BFS. So what will be the coordinate of this? 0 comma 1, 1 comma 2. Now the point of this time 2 comma 0. I will pop it out, pop it, and then I will make the nearest one will be 1 safety factor. Okay, now I will put the coordinate of these twos into the queue. So what's the coordinate of this one? 1 comma 0, right? 1 comma 0. What's the coordinate of this one? 2 comma 1. Now I will pop it 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1. Now the safety factor around this one will be 2, right? It will also be 2. and then I'll pop it. Now I will push it. Zero, comma 0 and 1, comma 1. Okay, now it's time for 1, comma 2. 1, comma 2. Right, I have popped it. Now the nearest element nearest one is this one, and it is not visited. The safety factor will be 2. So I will push it again. What's the coordinate? 2, comma 2, right? So now I will pop this one. 1, comma 0, 1, comma 0. As you can see, the neighboring factor is already visited, so I will simply move to next one. 2, comma 1, 2, comma 1. It is already visited. I will pop it simply, and this way I will pop it all because all are visited. Okay, so I will put I will put the condition that it must not be visited, okay, before filling. So this way I will use multi-source BFS efficiently. Okay, let me help you with the source code. Let's debug it. So the function starts from here, maximum safeness factor. Okay, there will be the grid already given. So here I have calculated the row, the column, and I have made the vector visited. This will help me out because if you see here, if I do not make the visited vector, then what will happen? I will be in the loop forever, right? Because when I move to the, let's consider this one. Let's say I am here, okay? So if I do not mark any visited, so what will be there? I will move this way, left and down. Okay, then when I will be down and I will not mark this as visited, then again I will move up, then again I will, from this point I will move up, down, and then again down, then again up. This will be do forever, and the loop will be not working effectively, and thus our code will be inefficient. Okay, so that's why the visited is necessary here. Okay, so there will be the visited to mark that I have visited this already. Okay, so what I am going to do, see here, the array will consist of zeros and ones, right? So what I am going to do, first of all, in the grid, as you can see, if the grid is 1, okay, so I will make it as 0. Okay, if it is 1, I will make it as 0 as the criminal point, and those with the normal one I will make it as -1. Okay, let's make it also. Let's take a case. Let's take 0. Okay, what I will do, I will make 1 as 0 and rest will be -1. And this is grid vector. Okay, now next what I have to do, simply I will be in the loop, 2 loops, and that this will make possible. Okay, this will be made done. Now next one, I will calculate the safety factor. So what I have to do, I have to just calculate the safety factor, which I have computed already. The safety factor will be 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, these two were the criminals, and these are all the safety factors which I can which will be in our way. Okay, this one. If you think this is the efficient length, right, which can help me out to reach from source to destination, Okay, let's see. So how can I calculate the safety factor? This is the function call and the code is here. Okay, see, calculate safety factor. What will be the given? I will pass from this function. I will pass the grid value, the visited one, and the queue. The queue contains all the coordinates where the criminals locations are there in the array, the grid, whole grid, and the visited one to which will help me out to not stuck in loop forever, to in queue forever. Okay, so let's see. So again, grid, row, column, while queue is not empty, I have made a condition. While queue is not empty, I will continue this till here, end of while loop. Okay. So I will pop it out the first element as you can see here. What I have done already, I will pop it out the first element. I have popped the first element. I have popped the first element. Then I will cover the neighbors. Then from neighbor, then this will come, then its neighbor, then again this one, its neighbor, right, in this way. So I have popped the first element. Now what I will do, I will cover its neighbor. Okay, how I am going to cover it? Let's see. So here are the directions. As you can see, 0 comma minus 1. Let's say if you are here and the left one is stand for row and this one is column, you can see the column is decreasing, right? So if the column is decreasing, that means you are moving towards the left. This symbolizes left, this symbolizes right, this row is moving downward, right? So this is down and this is up. So as you can see, I am using the direction vector. This points to the element, the popped element, right? The queue consists of pairs, right? The first one is queue consists of pairs, right? What I have done, as you can see, this is the criminal location, right? 0 1 2 0 1 2. So in queue I have filled 0 comma 2, right, in pairs. So element dot first is this one and element dot second is this one. The whole is the element and the element dot first is 0 and element dot second is 2. Okay, so so element dot first, element dot second plus direction dot first means I am trying to do okay, what was the first direction? 0 comma minus 1, right? So what happened if I will do with this one? If it is 0 comma 2, let's do everything, okay, with the direction. Okay, the first one was 0 comma minus 1, 0 comma 1, 1 comma 0 and minus 1 comma 0, right? So what we will get if I do this one, 0 comma 2, let's say this is the one. Okay, what will happen with this? So 0 and 0. What I am doing here, I am adding it, right? As you can see, I am adding it. Okay, so 0 plus 0 0 and the resulting coordinate will be 1. What will be this one? 0 plus 0, okay, and 2 and 2 plus 1 3, right? 1 comma 2 and 0 comma minus 1, and here it will be the minus 1 comma 0 comma 2 2. Okay, let's see. Now this points to 0 comma 1, 0 comma 1, see this coordinate. Okay, 0 comma 3, 0 and 3 not available. Let's cut it down. 102 1 2, 1 comma 2, this one, right? Now -1 comma 2 not available, cut it down. Okay, as you can see here, I am checking, I have find it out the resulting uh, coordinates like this one, for with using the for loop, this one loop. Okay, with iteratively I have find the resulting location. If it is valid, right, as you can already see, there may be the coordinates with -1, or there may be out of bounds, right? So I have already checked it out with valid cell. What this used to do, this will, as you can see here, this will check whether the coordinates are greater than 0 as well as less than uh, row grid size and grids each row's size. Okay, means it must be, the row must be, the resulting row must be from 0 to 012 here, and the column must be from 0 to here, and is 2. Okay, so I will check it, it is valid cell or not, and if it is like the here only, there will be only, there were only 2, right? So those 2 will only pass the condition. And if they are visited or not, right? If valid cell, and if it is not visited, right? If it is not visited, see here, they were not visited, right? So if they are not visited, so what I will do, grid of x comma y, the new value of that will be the old one, like it was 0 plus 1 1. So the neighboring one will be 1, and if 1, then the neighboring one will be 2 likewise, and I will mark it as visited, and I will push that it as in queue, as I have done it already, right? 1, I have made 1, then I have pushed these coordinates to queue also, right? Then again I made it 2, then again and then so much. Okay, right. Now when this loop whole direction will be get finished, end of while loop and end of void function, this will make happen what, this will make happen, my safety factor array will be ready, grid array will be ready. Okay, now it's time for to choose the accurate path, right? The correct path that can give me the maximum safety factor by what, in such a way that whatever path I choose, the minimum safety factor must be the maximum, right? Right, I can choose, see, I can choose this one also, right? But the minimum in this whole path will be 1, but I have to maximize the minimum, right? If I take this path, then also here in this whole array, I think it will be 1, right? Maximum will be 1. So let's see. So I have calculated it. Now I will, what I will do, I will find it out what is the maximum and minimum safety factor in this whole array. So here the minimum is 1, right, and the maximum is 2, right? The maximum safety factor in this whole array is 2, right? I know it is quite dirty, but you can understand, it's 2, right? So I have marked as the 2 is stored in right, and left is stored as 0, initialized as 0, while left is less than or equals to right. I am iterating over the array, right? I am using binary search over array, right? Answer array, because answer is what, the safety factor. I have to find the safety factor, the maximum safety factor. I have to maximize the minimum safety factor, means I have to find out the safety factor, right? It's the array, it's the answer, and I am applying binary search on answer only. So the left is 0 and right is what, the maximum safety factor of the whole array. So int mid, again this is a whole structure of binary search, as you already know. Int mid is equals to this left plus right minus, you can also write as left, right minus left upon 2, but yeah, it will be correct. It is the efficient approach to do this one, right? What you used to do by mid, generally you used to do left plus right by 2, but this addition may be possible that it gives out of bound, right? Means the integer is the maximum possible integer may fail, the storage of integer, right? It is 217 something something, but maybe this whole addition overload this storage space of integer. So by subtracting first and divide by 2 then addition, it will not allow it, it won't happen, right? So the integer will remain, can hold this, right? So int mid is equals to this one. I have found the mid one. Now I will check whether the mid value means whatever value I have get, is this the minimum safety factor or not, while covering the whole path of the array, of the grid array, right? So from source to destination, I am going to source to destination through every way, and if I receive that the minimum safety factor is equals to mid, then I will store it in the answer and I will point the left towards mid plus 1. Okay, if I want to get, if there will be safety factor which is less than r mid, then I will decrease it with this one, right? Right is equal to mid minus 1, and in this way I will just find out the answer. So let's check the check function. This is the main function, right? Okay, here is the check function. You will get a, you will pass the grid and the mid variable. Okay, so as you can see, in starting only, let's say your mid value was 5 and in starting only you receive 1, yeah, or 2, grid 0 comma 0 is 2. So I don't so the mid is already too much large for the starting only, there only you will return false. Okay, that one is not possible, and the safety factor in starting only it is 2, so you will return false because that is not possible. So what there will happen, it will be right minus right is equal to mid minus 1. So so if that value is passed, let's say the mid value is 2 and it here the let's say mid value is 2 and here it will be 5. Okay, then it will pass. Okay, now next we are passing visited also. Again maybe because we are traversing, we are using BFS here also so that we can don't stuck in loop, right? So q traverse array, as we are using traverse for q. PP is just a denotation, as I have already used here. PP is just standing for pair of integer comma integer. Okay, I am pushing the starting position in q, and again visited of 0 comma 0 0, visited at 0 0 is 1. That means I am marking the starting position that I have already visited. Now in the while loop, I will say that whether while my queue is not empty, my traverse as a queue is not empty, I will just pop the for traverse the I will pop it out the first element. Okay, then if I see a key, if here's let's say this one, what will happen? So when I will pop it out the first element, what will happen? This is the source, right? This is the source. So I will travel through the neighboring position, right? Let's say I cover this one, then this, then this, then this. There will be a situation when I will be at the last position, right? So I am checking it, just checking it, if I reached at last position or not. If I have reached it, then I will return true, and if it's not, then the execution will not be happen. I will just what I have used, I have fetched out the first element, okay, of the queue. I will just pop it, and from that I will cover the neighboring element. If that is valid cell, of course there may be the situation when the index will be -1 or out of bound something, and then again that value must be greater than our mid or equals to mid. That will also be satisfied our condition that it must be greater than or equals to mid. Okay, and it is also must not be visited. Okay, it must not be visited. Then I will push it into the queue and I will mark it visited. Then again the loop will cover the whole array in this way. Okay, and I will cover the whole path. And if the, as you can see, the while loop started here only, right? It is whole while loop till here only. So I will run through the whole while loop again and again. In between, if I reach at the end of the element, that means our destination, this will return true, or if it's not, then it will return false. If it's written false, then this will be right is equal to minus 1, or if it's returned true, then we can find the better answer by moving right hand side, right? More safety factor, right? The safety factor will be maximum. We will try to maximize our safety factor. Okay, this was my whole code. Okay, thank you.